Hello, fellow Christmas lovers and enthusiasts. You are listening to Closer to Christmas. Today is August 24th, and that means there are 123 days left until Christmas. 1, 2, 3. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Closer to Christmas. We got a little bit of a different week planned for you, and before I get started, I want to give the parents listening a little heads up about what I'm going to be talking about this week. It's August. The kids are heading back to school. Backpacks are coming out, school supply lists are being checked off, and parents everywhere are realizing that somehow summer went by about 12 times faster than it was supposed to. And with the kids getting back into their school routines, I know some of you are going to be listening to the podcast during those moments when you've got a little bit of quiet time to yourself. So this week, I'm talking primarily to you, the parents. Now, if you normally listen to Closer to Christmas with your kids, you don't necessarily need to turn the episode off. In fact, I want to be very clear about something right from the beginning. Nothing I'm talking about this week is intended to spoil Christmas for a child. I know that a lot of families listen to the show together, and I would never want to create an episode that suddenly makes a kid stop and say, wait a minute, what did they just say? We're not doing that. Instead, I'm going to be talking about something that parents eventually have to navigate, and that's the period when a child starts getting older and begins looking at Christmas a little differently. Maybe the questions start changing. Maybe they're noticing things they didn't notice before. Maybe they're hearing things from friends at school. Maybe they're becoming a little more curious about how some of the things surrounding Christmas actually work. And if you're a parent who's been through this already, you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't been through it yet, there's a good chance you eventually will. And that's why I thought it would be useful to spend an entire week talking about it. So, we're going to talk about how to recognize when your child might be entering that stage, how to handle some of the questions that could come up, how to deal with siblings who may be at completely different age stages, and probably, and most importantly, how to handle the emotions that come along with watching your child grow up. Because here's the thing, sometimes the parent has a harder time with the change than the child does. You could be completely prepared for your child to grow up, and then one day you say something or ask something that makes you realize just how much they've changed. And suddenly you're thinking, wait a minute, weren't you just sitting on the floor playing with your toys yesterday? Unfortunately, kids don't seem to consult us before they grow up. So this week, it's going to be a little bit of a parent-to-parent conversation about the transition. And if you're listening with your kids right now, we're going to be careful. We're not going to give away anything. We're not going to tell children what they should or shouldn't think about Christmas. We're certainly not giving the truth of the wonder that makes this time of year so special. Parents, though, I would encourage you to listen to the episodes yourself first if you think your kids might be sensitive to this particular subject. Then you could decide whether you want them listening along with you or not. Because every child is different, every family handles these things differently, and there's no magic age when everything suddenly changes. It happens gradually, and sometimes it happens in ways you don't expect. So that's what we're going to be exploring this week. We're going to talk about the questions, the awkward moments, the sibling situations, the emotions, and ultimately what happens when Christmas begins to look a little different as our kids get older. And I promise you, I'm not here to take away the magic. We're here to talk about what parents can do to help the magic continue to be part of their child's lives as they grow. So parents, this one's for you. And tomorrow, we're going to start with the first thing that usually gets the whole process going. Those questions that suddenly sound just a little bit different than they used to. I'll see you tomorrow, and remember, the next time you hear my voice in this podcast, we'll all be a little bit closer to Christmas. Thanks for listening.